Hello, this is Srinivasan, who is having more than 30 years experiences in the construction industries, presenting a small presentation on the type of works involved in a building construction. The sequence of the works to be followed in the construction of a building is the most important procedure of the construction. The major sequence of the construction are marking, excavation, concreting, brick masonry, roof laying, flooring, and furnishing. Paperwork. Development of a private structure required desk work before the beginning of a real development. The paperworks are readiness of drawings, estimation and material cost, work cost and possibilities, endorsement of the drawing from the city development authorities or the concerned municipal authorities. Marking a layout. The approved plan boundaries are marked in the ground first, and the ground inside and outside the layout is cleared. Later, the complete layout is marked on the ground with accurate dimension and orientation. The image of the layout plan has been shown as below. Excavation. Generally, excavation is carried out for the construction of wall foundations. Excavation should be carried out as per the drawings defined with the lengths and widths. Suitable machines are used to excavate the earth for making the foundation. The adjoining image shows the equipments involved in the excavation. Uncovering is a procedure of making channels by uncovering the earth for the development of establishment and storm cellars. Unearthing is finished by the JCB or a pockline. After the unearthing, the surface is leveled, called surface dressing. Foundation work. Foundation work consists of many sub-works which are as follows. Compacting the ground. Excavation pits are trimmed and dressed as per the requirement, and the bottom is compacted using hand compactors. PCC. To form a solid base on which the reinforcement can be laid. Plain cement concreting of the mix might be a 148, 136 or whatever the ratio as defined by the consultant. It has to be laid on the compacted soil. Design is done on the PCC poured over the solid surfaces. Issue of the image of the PCC laid picture. Foundation and the reinforcement. The adjoining image shows how the reinforcement have been tied for the foundations. Support steel bars are integrated and put on the PCC forms a skeleton in which the solid is poured and the segment poles are taken from them, I mean columns. Portion and foundation steel is then laid by the drawings. Formwork. To obtain the concrete into proper shapes and the desired shape and length and level, formwork has to be done. This is to be done as per the drawings. Points to be considered in the formworks. Format had to be checked properly. Check any distinction among compositional and basic drawings with respect to area of the section. After removal, check the solidness of transitory structures worked close to the uncovered ground. Check the heading of the seat bars in the position. You can see the images which shows how the reinforcement tied inside the formwork. Foundation concrete. It is important to check the degrees of the establishment before the solid work. There are patches where uncovered profoundly, marginally, surpasses the other way around. Concreting is poured according to the drawing specifications. This is the image of how the foundation concreting has been done. Foundation casting. Casting of columns is made by fixing the shuttering formwork, and concreting is poured inside the formwork. The shuttering is usually removed after 24 hours of casting, and curing has to be carried out for a minimum period of 7 days. And the portion of the segment format is finished. Design for a starter. The segment ties and connection bars are given according to the section fortification drawings and general determinations. Relocation of primary bars ought to be furnished with the length of the bar. The verticality of the formwork ought to be checked. Structure of cast ought to be determined precisely. Maintain a strategic distance from holes beyond what many would consider as possible. This is the way a layout for a starter and pedestal has been erected. This is the way the column casting has been done and cured properly. Slab casting. Base is first laid on the section and afterwards piece of formwork is laid. After the support, the section is checked for steel according to the drawings and level required. A camber of 5 mm is given on the focal point of the section. Throwing of section ought to be cased at 1/3 from the help. This is the various stages of the slab shuttering and the concreting of the slab. Construction of the walls. Walls are constructed using many materials such as bricks, blocks, precast concreting and many other. Before starting the wall construction, the base of the wall constructed first using concreting or size stone masonry to avoid any capillary action. The height of the wall depends upon the floor height. Necessary openings are given for doors, windows and ventilators. Lintel beams. Masonry work of building is carried out in one go till roof. Opening for windows and doors are left during masonry works. Reinforcement cement concreting beams to lay down on the top of the opening, so those load of structure above openings not directly come onto the door frames. See the images which shows how the lintel beams casted on the top of the door and the windows. Plastering. Formwork is removed after 14 days of slab pouring. Now plaster work can be started. Mortar of the plaster work can be remaining 1:3 or 1:4. Thickness of the plaster is not more than 78 mm. Cure the surface about 7 days so that the plaster gain the necessary strength. Generally, internal walls of buildings are covered with plastered layer and external walls with the pointing. It is better plaster the external walls rather than the pointing. Fixing doors and windows. Customarily, entryways and windows of woods are utilized. In any case, steel and aluminium is additionally not an available decision. In the event of wooden entryways and windows, outlines are fixed in dividers during the workmanship work. Boards are then fixed with pivots after mortar works. Steel and aluminum windows are fixed after consumption of paint works. This is how the doors look like, and this is the way the doors looks like. Electrical and plumbing work. The necessary electrical and plumbing works are to be carried out before the final finishing works, such as painting and tiling, to reduce the damages. This is the way the images of the electrical and plumbing work can be carried out inside the building. Tiling work. Tile is manufactured piece of hard wearing material such as a ceramic stone, metal, baked clay, or even a glass. Generally used for covering roofs, floors, walls, or other objects such as tabletops. Thinner tiles can be used on walls than on floors, which requires more durable surfaces that will respect impact. Majority tiles are laid in the bathrooms and kitchen area. First the wall tiles are fixed, after which the floor tiles are fixed. For flooring works, granite, marble, tiles, epoxy also used. These images will show you how the tilings and the pier blocks are fixed in a building. Painting. Painting consists of different sequences depending upon the type of the finish you require. It might be 1 coat of primer or 2 coat of water-based bound. Also 2 coats of putty and 2 coats of painting. It is dependent upon the customer's requirement. It differs outside and inside works. The way the images of the painting has been carried out has been shown. External drainage works. Water from rainfall or irrigation even that does not infiltrate the soil appears as surface water. Surface water is one of a major concern in urbanized areas where development results in a high percentage of impervious surfaces such as roofs, driveways, and street. Surface water may be free to flow in adjoined areas and contribute to soil saturation in another zone. Some surface water is retained on the ground surface in depressions which, if soil permeability is extremely low, will pond. The adjoining image will show you how the external drainage works has been carried out. Terrace waterproofing. Terrace waterproofing is something every individual constructing a new home should do. Since during the rains, the roof is the most affected part of the building, it often leads the leakages through the terrace that causes severe dampness and spoil the look of the interior works. Thus, the best and efficient method is opt for terrace waterproofing that prevents such a situation. The image shows how the membrane treatment for the terrace has been carried out. Landscaping. Definition of a landscape. Landscape design, landscape architecture, landscape planning, landscape design is the art of arranging these elements. See the diagram. To make a good outdoor space, a space can also be a good for humans but bad for other species. Example, a swimming pool with a treated water. Thank you for watching this presentation. Kindly subscribe, like and share, which will motivate me for a further good presentation. In case of any queries, do not hesitate to write to me. The response shall be at the earliest. Image courtesy is a Google Images. Contact me at civilconclave@gmail.com or at my Telegram group, which is known as the Ask Srini Telegram group. The link has been provided below. Thanks.